now that's rolling in that's even more exciting is the protective role that lutein and zeaxanthin plays to our aging brain, which shouldn't be a surprise because our eyes are essentially just a specialized version of our brain.
Right.
Our sensory organs, it's sort of part of a specialized version of our nervous system, our brain. And lutein and zeaxanthin, critical protective molecules for the brain, especially the healthy aging brain. So, and that's something I'll talk about more the next time I'm at HSN.
Well, we are kind of rattling through this show at a crazy pace. We have 20 minutes left, 22 minutes left. And just a reminder, in 13 minutes, our finale item is my pick for the new year. It's one of my favorite products that Andrew brings to HSN. I can't wait to share it with you. Just 13 minutes till you see what it is. And something, again, that isn't always on TV. Before we get to there, though, we need to talk about cranberries, because they can be tart and bitter unless they are laced with sugar, of course. We need to talk about the bladder, kidney, urinary tract. There's a lot of benefits with cranberry, Andrew.
In fact, one of the most common questions we received, again, were questions relating to supporting the urinary tract, the bladder, kidneys. And what I always say, the first thing is really making sure that we adequately hydrate ourselves. And of course, follow your doctor's instructions. Cranberry is Mother Nature's natural tool to support a healthy environment in our urinary tract, especially in our bladder. The reviews on this product are absolutely incredible. I think it's well, I can see on the screen, it's rated 4.8 stars, which means that probably 97, 98% of the reviews are positive reviews. So it just, what could be wrong with this product? All we do is find the best source of cranberry. We concentrate it and deliver it in a small, easy-to-swallow capsule. So as long as Mother Nature didn't make a mistake, we're not making one either.
And Andrew, I opened up one of the capsules to see this most beautiful baby pink color, and that's all natural. It's all real.
And that's exactly it's the concentrated extract from the cranberry fruit. If you wanted to taste it, it would be horrible to taste, because as you said, cranberries are just incredibly, incredibly bitter. The only way, I love cranberry juice, but I only love cranberry juice because it's got a couple 100 calories of sugar in it. And sugar isn't in the best interests of any system really in our body. So unfortunately, cranberry juice is not the best option to give your body what your doctor might recommend when your doctor says get some cranberry. And now it's, as I often say, that cranberry really has become the poster child for a traditional ingredient that now has taken on real scientific credibility.
Well, pricing is so accessible, so affordable. Even I'll just shoot straight to the largest size. You can order tonight. Again, this is the end of our visit with Andrew, the last live show, as it were. So we're excited to offer these values to you. $39.90 for the largest size, for the best cranberry product that I believe is out there, that everybody that seems to take it also agrees. When you compare, there's no comparison. $39.90 saves you $25. I'll read a couple of quick reviews. This first one says, perfect. I have a history of UTIs and was trying other things to prevent them. Then I saw Andrew's Cranberry Benefits and listened to what he had to say about it and its benefits. So I gave it a try and I'm on my second bottle. Wow. Since I've been taking Cranberry Benefits, I've not had any UTIs. Woohoo! What a relief. This product does what it's supposed to do. Thank you, Andrew. Then one last one. Sorry, Andrew, carry on.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, it's just important to note, cranberry is not a drug, not a medicine, not designed to treat or cure UTIs, but what it is designed to do is create a healthier environment in our urinary tract and bladder, and in so doing, that healthier environment speaks for itself.
Some powerful words always with what people experience. This is a review from MC in New York. Didn't realize how well it worked until I ran out. I have had frequent urinary issues for many years, several times a year. However, once I started on the Cranberry Benefits, I didn't have nearly as many, but it wasn't until I ran out of them that I realized just how well they work. Within a few days of not taking them, I was experiencing discomfort again. But once my new supply arrived and I began on them again, all is well with no further issues. Count me among the believers. Once you discover something that works for you, you never want to be without. And I do believe the reason why we have so many hundreds of folks ordering our Cranberry Benefits right now is because this is the moment to stock up. Andrew's products are typically always available online at hsn.com. However, when Andrew is here, you obviously get the biggest and best bonuses, benefits from free shipping and handling, the wonderful flex pays, and special purchase prices. Andrew, $39.90 for what seems to be an ever-growing list of benefits that Cranberries can bring.
Again, about 15 cents a capsule. And also Cranberries, just it's important to note, Cranberry also contains a whole range of protective compounds, just like any red-colored or purple-colored fruit. But the most important attribute of Cranberry is just its protective, supportive benefits in promoting a healthier environment in our urinary tract and bladder. And that's where all these incredible reviews originate. And it's something that, again, all we did is take a page out of, or we just copied Mother Nature's blueprint. That's all.
Less than 10 minutes until we reveal our end of our special, which I'm excited to chat with Andrew about and for the folks at home to see. We have a little segment right now, cinnamon and berberine. Always lots of excitement around this. We're going to talk about, I know Andrew